Come here, Scotty. Come be in my video. He looks like a grown man now. Come on. You know you want to. Come here. Hi, Cakenistas. The claws of death are in my collarbone. Wow. Hey Cakenistas, it's Marisha, and today I'm gonna make my grandmother's birthday cake. So for this cake, I made her a vanilla layer cake with pineapple filling. This is so awkward. Who does this in the introduction? I do. I wanted to bring fresh flowers into this cake because it is my grandmother after all. And I wanted to use a stencil because I've had this stencil since I first started baking. And I've only used it once because I didn't really like the way it turned out. But I've been seeing all of these gorgeous cakes with these stencil buttercream designs. Had I known, I would have been upping my stencil game. I'm gonna show you guys how to make this very, very simple, beautiful, and classy cake. Oh! Sit down. What you doing? Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, press on the notification bell, and let's get started. Hello, let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is make a pineapple filling. I'm going to take a can of crushed pineapples with the juice and all that goodness, and then I have a mixture of cornstarch and sugar. I'm going to put that in my saucepan, mix it very well, bring everything to a simmer, and when that liquid goes from cloudy to clear and everything thickens up, then we know it is ready. We can set it to the side at that point and just allow it to cool. Off to the side, you can see my little mini garden. I'm growing cilantro and some carrots, and I have a lot of steam going. I always cook on high. I can't help it. It's from cooking in restaurants. I cook on high. I have already prepared my vanilla cake batter. Feel free to use pineapple jello or pineapple extract, anything that you would like. My grandmother is very specific. She wants vanilla with pineapple filling, so that's what we're going to do. I made 3 6-inch vanilla cake layers. I already have my vanilla buttercream made. If you need a reference to how to make buttercream, I will leave my tutorial in the description down below. Here I come. Bam. That layer just plopped on out, didn't it? So I'm going to stack and fill my cake, layering it with my frosting and then that delicious pineapple filling that is now completely cooled. And I have already hit up each of these layers with some vanilla simple syrup to make sure that they are nice and moist. This one layer over baked because I was baking an actual cake order, and that came first at the time for priority's sake. So, you know, it got a little crispy, but they still loved it. I couldn't even really tell that it was crispy. So I skipped this step. I already did crumb coat my cake, and I put it in the refrigerator to get nice and hard. And now I have colored some frosting with a little drop of brown gel dye to get this gorgeous beige color. I think that this is a very regal color and classy, like champagne, you know, so I thought this would be nice for her birthday cake. I'm using my cake scraper to make sure that I get a nice smooth surface on the sides and the top. Once I am satisfied with the way that this looks, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes, and then I'm going to pull it out and we can further decorate the cake. And ta-da! Now this is my stencil. This is the one stencil that I've had for like 10 years. I grabbed some push pins. We're going to apply this stencil with our push pins. We're just going to use 4, 1 in each corner. And you use push pins obviously because the pinpoint is so tiny. It's enough so that you can easily fix any holes that it may make with your buttercream later on. But you just apply that to the cake. I think white would be the perfect complementary color here, especially because I do plan on stopping at some point to get some flowers from Trader Joe's. You'll see those in a second. But I'm going to put some white buttercream on there and then just scrape that away with my cake scraper, and it is that simple. This is the best part. I think when I was peeling this away, I was oohing and eyeing. You do want to be careful with those push pins. You want to make sure that you pull them straight out and not let them lean to one side and kind of drag the buttercream on your cake. That is the only thing that you really have to worry about here. That and making sure that your stencil is all the way up against your cake, because if not, you won't get those really crispy edges on your design. Does that sound weird? Crispy edges on your design? I hope that you know what I mean. The design will be kind of muddled and it won't really stand out. I hope that that makes sense. So I'm going to do this all around the cake until I don't have any space left. And the one thing that I was concerned about throughout the years, just the idea of doing this, was, well, how do I overlap if I have a pattern that is supposed to just keep on going with no spaces in between? You pretty much just refrigerate your cake for a couple of minutes if necessary, so that you can once again apply that stencil over the cake and it won't mess up. So at this point, I put my cake in the fridge and I went and made a Trader Joe's run. I got these gorgeous hydrangea flowers, and I picked hydrangeas because they are my great grandmother's favorite flower. I don't know if my grandmother even realized that that's why I picked hydrangeas, but they are my grandmother's mother's favorite flower, from what my mommy told me. Mommy, I hope that you were right. So I have trimmed these hydrangea flowers. They are absolutely gorgeous. They look healthy, and I made sure that they were organic as well. I'm using a dowel to really push in where I want to place my hydrangeas so that I don't have to fight and fuss too much with these stems. And you can see the little holes in the cake that those push pins made. I am going to fill those in later. It was so fun when I was making this. The two bunches of hydrangeas reminded me of how I used to wear my hair. Like, you know the song I'm Rough and Tough with my Afro Puffs? I wasn't trying to be rough and tough, but I was really, really cute as a kid with these huge Afro puffs. And this cake just reminded me of that. So anyway, this is a flower. I wish I actually paid attention to the name of it. If you know what this flower is called, please leave a comment down below. This is one of the most gorgeous flowers ever, and they stay fresh forever. I'm going to put a couple of these into the cake, and I am just loving the height. If the cake wasn't couture already, these flowers made the cake couture. I'm using a little bit of buttercream to make sure that I can stick that taller flower up against the cake. And then when I put it in the refrigerator, the frosting will harden and it will make sure that that flower stays right in place. The last thing that I'm going to do here is accent the cake with some gold leaf. If I never used gold leaf in a video before, which you know I do often, I would have brought it out here because this is perfect. It's like the perfect touch. That is how I made this gorgeous, delicate, flower-filled cake. My grandmother loved it. She actually saw the cake box and said, "Let me see my cake." I was like, oh my goodness. Like, yeah, here I go. Couture in a gorgeous damask print flower cake. Bye guys. We went to the crab place, we brought the cake inside. It got so many compliments while it was just sitting on the paper with the crab spices and the towels, and it was really, really nice. When people say like nice cake, do you say just thank you, or do you say thanks, I made it? It's hard for me to say thank you so much. I did that because it just feels weird. I just say thanks. The cake nisto of the day is going to go to Philip Southall. Okay. On my I baked the cake on the grill video, Philip says, "Great job, love it. I will try it." I hope that you do try it. I feel like it would have been so much more successful had I had the proper thermometer. It was definitely edible. We definitely ate it, but it was a little bit denser of a cake than I would have preferred. I would like to see how it would be with a box cake. It is very hard to bake a box cake wrong, it seems like. You know, they have that no-fail chemical solution down in those box mixes. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, cake nieces. I'm itchy now because of biscotti. I never knew I had a slight dog allergy until I got a doggy, so yeah. I drop everything and then I don't feel like picking it up.